Namaste all. In the last video of Pranayama, we understood that when we are practicing Pranayama, we are basically working on managing the gaseous waste in the body. And I tried to explain to you how this gaseous waste finds its place in between the bones if it is not pushed out. In this video, we will try to understand the concept of prana and pranayam further. We all understand how modern medical science presents the view of the human body in terms of its different components, and they define it in terms of certain systems like muscular system, skeletal system, respiratory system, digestive system, cardiovascular system, endocrine system, excretory system, and so on. Ancient Indian and specifically yogic science also has its own view or way of presenting the anatomy and physiology of not only the human body but also the human energy body and mind body. If we try to understand this concept of presenting or understanding the human body, we may at times think that it is abstract because it is not talking about what we can see and feel and touch and smell like modern science does. Indian scriptures talk about human body at subtle level. They also talk about the gross level, which you can feel, touch, and smell, but their emphasis is on the subtle level because they believe that the subtle body affects the gross body. So only working on the gross body is not going to help us. So this feels we find it difficult to understand because it is abstract. But an interesting point here is whether you understand it or don't understand it, it still works. Okay, so what I mean is whether you understand how the subtle body works or not, or how much you understand or how less you understand, will not affect the results that you will get if you start working on the subtle body. Okay, for example, you have a mobile phone in your hand and you just dial a number and press the call button. Now, the moment you press the call button, the call is going to get connected. Whether you understand how the communication works behind it or you don't understand it, the moment you press the button, the call is going to get connected. It is like that. The moment you start working on your subtle body, the subtle body is start going to respond and it is going to show up in your gross body. But having an understanding of what is working and how it is working is certainly going to help us. So in this video, I will try to explain in simple terms how ancient Indian scriptures look at the anatomy and physiology of human body. Let's look at this picture. In this picture, you will see two levels. One level is of the body, gross body, subtle body, causal body. In Sanskrit, gross body is known as Sthula Sharira, subtle body is known as Sukshma Sharira, and causal body is known as Karana Sharira. So this is first level. And in the second level, you will see Koshas. Koshas are layers. You will see Annamaya Kosha, which is the food layer. Then you will see Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Pranamaya is energy level. Manomaya is mind layer. Vijnanamaya is the layer of your discriminative ability. And Anandamaya is the layer of bliss. Now we see that this gross body is nothing but the body which is made up of the food that we eat. And this is also the body which we can understand by touching, feeling, smelling, tasting, hearing the sound. Then if you go further down, you will find subtle body which is sukshma. Why it is subtle? Because it is not very easy to understand this body. And our subject matter, which is prana, is the part of this subtle body, sukshma sharira. And you will also see that this prana is the madhyama anga, the bridge that connects the food body, annamaya kosha, and the mind body, manomaya kosha. These days, we all talk about health. And when we understand health as absence of disease in the annamaya kosha, which is our body, food body. And also these days we have been talking about mental health a lot. So that is absence of any kind of dis-ease in manomaya kosha. Now if you see, pranamaya kosha lies in between food body and mind body, annamaya and manomaya kosha. So if we work on this pranamaya kosha, we are going to be able to work on both the physical body as well as the mental body. So this is one view of presenting or understanding the human anatomy that our ancient Indian scriptures give us. Now, what is this prana and what is the meaning of prana? How do we understand prana? So, prana is translated as vital force or energy. How do we know the presence of this energy? What is the proof of this energy in our body? This can be very simply understood. At the time of death, the physical body, that is the food body, let's say in the language of Indian scriptures, physical body is food body, annamaya kosha. This physical body doesn't disappear, does it? It doesn't disappear. It is right there. The physical body, which has the skeleton, which has muscles, which has organs, everything, it's right there. But it doesn't function. Why it doesn't function? That is because there is absence of prana in it. There is no prana. So annamaya kosha is of no use there. Physical body doesn't function. But on the contrary, when the organs from the same dead body are transplanted into another body, which has the energy, which has prana. So, in other words, in the body wherein the subtle aspect is live, the subtle body is functioning. When the organs from the dead body are transplanted into that body, those same organs start functioning. And why do these organs start functioning? That's because the subtle body, which contains pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, and vijnanamaya kosha, this subtle body is live. And that is why these organs start functioning. So we understand how important it is, how important is the subtle body and this prana for us. Now, if we break the word prana, we get two words, pra plus an. Now, this an is a dhatu or a root in Sanskrit, which means to live or to breathe. And pra is a prefix that is always used to indicate first. Okay, so pra plus an means first pulse, that first throb that makes that begins your living in this body is the energy, which is the root, which is primordial, which is at the beginning of the creation. That is prana. Okay, so this is how we can understand prana. So basically, we also see that all or everything that vibrates in this universe is energy, is prana. So what are the things that vibrate in the universe and we understand them as energy, like light, heat, sound, gravity, electricity, magnetism, power, vigor, all of this. Any vibration is nothing but prana, energy. And see, in our body also, we understand this energy when we say major systolic and diastolic uh, actions of the pumping heart. What are we measuring there? What are we understanding? We are understanding energy, prana. Or through inhalation and exhalation also we understand energy. Through the process of digestion and absorption of food and breaking down this metabolism, what is that? That is also energy. Through the process of excretion, where the body absorbs the nutrients that are needed and then pushes out, throws out what is not needed, waste product. What is that? That is also presence of energy. So this is all energy, and prana is not just in the physical layer, physical energy. It is also the subtler mental energy where the mind gathers information from the outer world. And it is also present in our intellectual energy where information is examined and filtered and then a decision is made. Okay, so now we understand what is the use and what is the role of this prana in our existence. Now these pranas or this prana, this energy manifests itself, or rather I would say divides itself into 5 different faculties so that these faculties can perform certain functions in the body. Okay, like a prime minister assigns certain functions to cabinet ministers for ease of governance, isn't it? Similarly, this prana divides itself into 5 faculties so that certain important functions in the body can be taken care. These are known as Panchavayus or Panchapranas. Okay, Udana, Prana, Samana, Apana, Vyana. So let's look at this picture. Udana Vayu, Prana Vayu, Samana Vayu, Apana Vayu, Vyana Vayu. So you will see Udana Vayu. which is the topmost that you can see in this picture also, which is present generally in the throat and the head region. And it is responsible for growth. It is upwardly moving Vayu, and we can map it to our nervous system basically. And because it is present in the head, neck, and throat region, it is responsible for speech, expression, comprehension, and also our communication. Now, if you come down, Pranavayu. So, Pranavayu, you can see here, it is present in the chest cavity. And what are the vital organs present in the chest cavity? Heart and the lungs. So, we can map it to respiratory system. The direction of this Vayu is inward and upward. It is inward and upwardly moving Vayu. It is also responsible for all the input that we receive, like breath, even thoughts that we receive. So this is Pranavayu. Then Samanavayu. It is more dominant in abdominal region. It is responsible for processing that happens in the body. Because it is located in the central region, which is the body's trunk, and it is in between the rib cage and the navel. So it controls the digestive organs and the secretions in this digestive system. And obviously, it is responsible for assimilation, processing, as I said, of nutrients and digestion. How does it move? It moves from the periphery of the body towards the center of the body. Okay, then the next one is Apana Vayu, which you can see is present in the pelvic region. What is the function? It is responsible for excretion or elimination, because the direction is downwards and outwards, both. This is exactly opposite of prana. Prana moves inward and upward. Apana moves outward and downwards. So it is responsible for excretion. It is present in between your navel and the perineum region. Okay, so it's going to obviously control the kidneys, the bowel movement, the bladder, excretory organs, and because it is present in the pelvic region, it is also responsible for the health of the reproductive organs. So this is responsible for all the excretion, expulsion that happens in the body in the form of gas, urine, even menstrual flow, everything. So this is Apana Vayu, a very, very, very critical Vayu. And the health of this Vayu is important when we are talking about the overall health of physical body and also mind body. Okay, now the fifth Vayu is Vyana Vayu, which is responsible for distribution. And Vyana Vayu, as you can also see in this picture, in this figure, it is present everywhere in the body, whole body. It exists throughout the body. It regulates all the muscular movements in the body through the nervous system. Now, we also have to understand that all of these forms of Vayu, of Prana, all of these Vayus don't work in silos, in isolation. They have to communicate, they have to talk to each other, they have to interact with each other. So in that sense, they are dependent on each other. So the central idea of pranayam is to maintain the balance of all these 5 Vayus or Pancha Pranas in the body. We'll continue to understand pranayam more through the next video. Thank you.